hear of the ministerial exception? It's the doctrine that churches are exempt from certain employment laws when it comes to the ministers they employ. Ministerial exception is a fundamental religious freedom here in the United States. That's because it ensures churches can make decisions about their spiritual leaders without government interference. So, what is the ministerial exception? How do labor laws apply? And why do churches need to care? Let's dive in. First, what is the ministerial exception? It's a legal doctrine rooted in the First Amendment, and it keeps the government out of the church's business when it comes to hiring, firing, and disciplining ministers. This frees churches to choose leaders that align with their faith and mission. So, who does the ministerial exception apply to? I'm glad you asked. The ministerial exception applies to clergy, pastors, and those considered to have ministerial roles. And that means someone's job title does not have to have minister in it to apply. Courts have recognized roles like worship leaders, teachers at religious schools, and even youth pastors when deciding whether to apply the ministerial exception. So, how does ministerial exception tie into labor laws? Also a good question. And when we say labor laws, we mean here the Fair Labor Standards Act, or FLSA. The FLSA does important things like setting the minimum wage or deciding who is eligible to get overtime, along with a list of other important employee protections. But here's the thing. FLSA does not apply to ministers under the ministerial exception. Did you catch that? We're saying ministers are not legally entitled to federal wage and hour protections. So, do you have a minister who puts in 80 hours a week? The church is under no obligation to pay or compensate him for all that overtime. That may sound bad, but the legal basis is again rooted in the idea that churches, not the government, should be free to pay their ministers as they see fit. It's why understanding the ministerial exception is critical for churches. Doing so will help avoid legal risks that come with misclassifying employees as ministers. Take care to ensure that employees indeed are ministers. It will also help your church stay compliant with labor laws. That's because church staff like administrators or maintenance workers are covered under FLSA. It's important to understand that and be able to spot the differences. If you want to learn more about the ministerial exception or FLSA compliance for churches, check out the links in the description below. Want timely updates on changes to the law that matter to church leaders? Join the Church Law and Tax community today.